one thing I realized is that the first 3 months, a lot of like doctors, a lot of people around you will say, anything can happen. You don't really want to go tell everybody that you're pregnant yet, just because like anything could happen. And I feel like we need to normalize that it's okay. Whatever happens in the first 3 months of your pregnancy is also part of life. It's also natural, and it's like something that we don't really talk about as much either. So I felt like in the first 3 months when it was like I felt like super nauseous, and I wanted just like everyone to understand why I was feeling a certain way, and you don't really get to talk about it. Of course, like my sister knew, but maybe like not all my friends, and you just want to have a conversation around that first 3 months of your pregnancy. And I just remember thinking like, oh man, this sucks. I want to tell everybody. I want everyone to understand it's not as like fun as it might seem for the first 3 months. But then I felt like being in the public eye, eventually I was going to have a belly. And so it was probably best that we told people as soon as we could. So I think we made the announcement in August. So yeah, and now I'm at the tail end of my second trimester. So by however it worked out, end of September will be the end of my second trimester. And so luckily I had like the last 3 months to just like relax at home afterwards. Let me let this one out first, and let me see how I feel and how my body goes and feels after this. Honestly, I'm in awe of what a woman's body can do. It is crazy to me how much like we have the ability to adapt, the ability, like it's like superhuman almost. You're literally giving birth, and I'm not going to take that for granted. So I'm going to see how this goes. I'm 100% open to it. I remember growing up being like, oh, I would love to have 4 kids. Probably not going to happen. So after this first one, I definitely think we'll try for a second. But that's the thing. So I always just feel like the universe will give you what you're meant to have. So like if it's 1, I'm super content with that. And if we get lucky to have a second one, then we'll totally try for that too. And I think that's how Jimmy and I really like to, like that's kind of our motto, like never take anything for granted. 100%. I wish I was able to talk about it more in my earlier stages. Also, once again, it was just chosen kind of like by like friends, family, doctors being like, it's probably like, like you can, of course, no one's saying you can't, just if you feel safe. So it's just like, I guess like on a mental level, it's like for your own mental health, because then you're I guess like getting people's hopes up, like your family's hopes up, like, oh, like the excitement of it. But then it's like that draining part, like anything could happen. And I feel like Jagmeet and I mentally are like, we're like, okay, we're okay. However it works out for us, whatever the universe decides, we're okay. But I guess it's like when you involve like your family, your friends, and then like everyone's like really excited. So I think it's like more of a mental health thing. But yeah, I 100% think that this is something that we should talk about more often, because it's totally normal, totally happens. It's just a part of life. And I feel like that is something I definitely want to start highlighting more.